And as we conclude Black History Month, it's important to be reminded that the history of tomorrow is being made today. Founder of the Exceptional Leadership Institute for Women, Avis Jones DeWeaver, is back to highlight the importance of recognizing a few of those who are making outstanding contributions now and will most certainly be recognized in the history books of tomorrow. Hey, listener, welcome back to Good Morning Washington.
It's wonderful to be back. Thanks for having me.
So it really is important because lately there are a number of people who are really making their mark in a big way. We start first with former President of the United States, Barack Obama.
Absolutely. I mean, how can you talk about the history makers of today without talking about President Obama? It's kind of obvious, right? No
right, yeah.
But I am bringing him up not just because of what he's done in the past, but we have to realize that when he left office, he was only the young age of 55 years old. And now that I'm near that,
a few gray hairs,
but we know that he was pretty young, right? So he has lots more time to make more history. He has the Obama Foundation that's ramping up right now, creating sort of the community organizers of tomorrow. He's also going to be working with former Attorney General Eric Holder, and they're going to be fighting gerrymandering all across the country. So he has lots more history to make.
Yeah, and in some ways, we could almost kind of group his wife or put his wife right alongside him.
Absolutely.
For anyone who's into the movies, we know that there's one movie that's been hitting it every weekend since it came out, just about ready to hit the 1 billion mark. Black Panther, the director, Ryan Coogler.
Oh, man, this young brother is amazing. He is only 31 years old. Black Panther, as you mentioned, is about to eclipse $1 billion. And guess what? This is just his third film.
That's what I can't believe. I mean, this guy is just getting started.
Absolutely. I can see a future for him years down the line where he's going to be like Steven Spielberg of this day.
Right.
I just imagine he's just getting started.
Can you recall what the first movie is that he did?
Yes, Fruitvale Station, 5 years ago. He had a budget of only about $900,000 in movie terms. That's not a lot.
Right.
He made over $14 million with that movie. Then from there, he did Creed, which was also successful. But Black Panther is really just knocking it out the box.
Yeah, I know a lot of folks like following people who are up and coming to go back and look at, okay, how'd you get here? And I think that really is important.
Absolutely.
Next, someone who is shaking up Hollywood in a different way, Tarana Burke with her Me Too movement.
Now, this is such an important woman to recognize because when Me Too sort of blew up as a result of the Harvey Weinstein scandal, most people thought it was just a hashtag. What they didn't know was that Tarana had been working on this issue for years. In fact, her organization, Me Too, had been around for over a decade, where she had worked with survivors of sexual assault. And it was really to allude to the fact that so many of us have faced this, men and women, and just by saying Me Too, it lets people know that you're not alone.
Right. Of course, in Hollywood, we know that it was Alyssa Milano that was able to kind of take it that next step, but so important that I think for her to finally be heard in a bigger way.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Tamika Mallory sounding off like never before with numbers on the National Mall, a protest everywhere recently.
Yes, Tamika is amazing. Now, she didn't just pop up with the Women's March, but, you know, the Women's March was really a historic march. Really, she was one of the co-organizers. Over 3 million women were organized all across the country and came out and demonstrated with regards to the Women's March. However, it wasn't just isolated to this country. 290 countries across the world participated. So literally there were millions of women who were motivated to sort of stand up and make sure that the world knows that it's time to really address our issues specifically. And let me tell you, Tamika's been around for a while.
Right. And I think social media certainly has helped with a lot of what we're talking about here today to spread that word, to be heard, and certainly for what her cause has been for a while now. Dr. Hadia Nicole Green.
Yes.
Not many people may know the name and what she's been working on, but anyone in the medical field does.
Absolutely. She's about to change the game when it comes to the treatment of cancer. She has a PhD in physics, actually, but she's a medical researcher, and what she's looking to do is to replace chemotherapy. Anyone who has suffered cancer or you have a loved one who suffered cancer, you know that chemotherapy is damaging to the entire body, not just to the cancer cells. What she's doing is developing a laser that would specifically target just the cancer cells so that it can kill cancer but leave the rest of your body alone. And it's already proven successful in mice, so we're super excited about it.
Amazing. We have 2 more women that I want to hit before we wrap up here. Senator Kamala Harris, first Black U.S. Senator.
Second Black woman, U.S. Senator, and Howard graduate, by the way. You got to say that.
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, greatest of all time when it comes to women's tennis.
Absolutely. About Kamala, really very quickly, Senator Harris. She is, even though she just got in Washington in terms of being the second black woman senator, a lot of people are having sort of presidential rumblings around her. So I wouldn't be surprised to see her on somebody's ticket in 2020. And Serena Williams, let me just tell you, greatest of all times, won a tournament while pregnant, won 23, more than any other man or woman in the field, and about to re-enter the tennis world only less than 6 months after giving birth. She's amazing.
Right, and all these people that we talk about, passionate. Folks, if they want more information on you?
Absolutely. They can just go to avisjonesdeweyber.com.
That's